Welcome to a deep dive. Today, we are plunging into the really fast-moving world of artificial intelligence.
Definitely. Some pretty significant developments just dropped today, June 11th, 2025.
Exactly. And we've been wading through, well, mostly the chatter and reports on X, really, to pull out what you absolutely need to know right now.
Yeah, our mission here is to sort of guide you through all this information. We're going to unpack what's happening with OpenAI and a strategic price move they've made.
Right, and Meta's big new research lab announcement.
And Mistral's latest model, Magistral. Plus, why everyone seems to be talking about hashtag AI acceleration all of a sudden.
We really want to get past just the headlines and dig into what these shifts actually mean.
Because they're not just separate things happening, are they?
No, not at all. They feel connected, like pieces of a bigger picture. Understanding how they fit is, well, it's key to seeing where AI might be going next.
So let's jump in.
Let's do it. What could these developments mean for you?
Okay, first up, OpenAI. Lots of buzz today about the launch of o3-Pro.
Right, o3-Pro. And from what we're seeing, this is being framed as their new, top-level reasoning model.
That's the positioning, yeah.
Yeah,
But the really big headline seems to be the price.
exactly. The reports are highlighting pretty substantial price reductions that came with this launch. That feels intentional.
Oh, very calculated, I'd say.
Hmm.
The stated reason we're seeing floating around is to make advanced AI much more accessible.
For businesses, developers, that kind of thing.
Precisely. And if you look at the competition, well, it seems like a direct shot at Google, specifically Gemini.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, the timing sources mentioned this follows some recent challenges for ChatGPT, suggesting it's more than just an update.
Yeah, maybe a strategic pivot, you could say.
So, okay, thinking about what this means for you, the listener, if you're a developer or maybe your company wants to use high-end AI.
Well, lower prices could genuinely open things up, right? It sort
Yeah.
of democratizes access to these cutting-edge capabilities, lowers that barrier to entry.
Makes sense. But there are always questions, aren't there?
Always. And people are already asking them, like, can OpenAI actually sustain these kinds of price cuts? What does it do to their revenue model?
And the competition, does this force Google, Anthropic, others to follow suit or risk losing ground?
Exactly. The long-term financial impact here. It's really uncertain at this point. It's a bold move.
Okay, so that's OpenAI. Let's shift gears a bit. Meta.
Ah, yes. Meta. Also making waves today. Reports that they're launching a major new research effort.
Something about partnering with Scale AI's founder.
That's right. To launch a lab specifically focused on what they're calling superintelligence research.
Superintelligence, that's a big term.
It is. The focus is described as, next generation AI, really trying to push the absolute boundaries.
And the ambition seems pretty clear, too.
Oh, yeah. Potentially rivaling what OpenAI and Google DeepMind are doing in advanced research. One description used the analogy like Meta gearing up for a technological leap.
Which feels about right. Though the details seem a bit thin on the ground still.
They're described as sparse, yeah. We know the ambition, but the specific scope, the projects, that's still kind of TBD.
Okay. And there's speculation, too, right, about how this might feed back into their product.
Definitely. Speculation that this could speed up how AI gets used within Facebook, Instagram, their core platforms.
So why does this matter for you? Well, Meta's reach is just enormous.
It really is. So a move like this, if successful, could seriously reshape the AI landscape and really strengthen Meta's position at the forefront.
But like with OpenAI, there are caveats.
Of course, success isn't guaranteed. It really hinges on execution. And, well, let's be honest.
Data privacy concerns.
Exactly. Given Meta's history, those concerns about integrating even more advanced AI into social apps, they're definitely lingering. They haven't gone away.
Okay, so we've got OpenAI's price cuts, Meta's big research bet. What else is happening?
Let's cross the Atlantic to Europe. Mistral.
Ah, the French AI company. What have they announced?
Reports today say they've unveiled a new model called Magistral. It's described as a new reasoning AI model.
Another reasoning model. So enhancing their lineup.
Seems like it. And positioning it quite clearly to compete with the big players like, well, OpenAI's new o3-Pro and Google's Gemini.
Aiming for those complex, logical tasks.
That's the idea. The key feature being highlighted is improved logical processing, better for those intricate problems.
One report described it as Mistral stepping up its game.
A good way to put it. Though Interestingly, one potential question being raised is about scalability.
And because Mistral's models have generally been a bit smaller, right?
Compared to some of the giants, yes. So that's a potential concern people are noting. But still, the launch has definitely sparked interest, especially, within the European AI scene.
And for you, the listener, why track this?
Well, Magistral could seriously boost Mistral's global standing, having a strong European competitor really challenging the dominance of the big U.S. firms.
That could be good for the market overall, more diversity.
Potentially, yeah. It could lead to different approaches, different kinds of models, but its real impact, obviously, depends on adoption,
Yeah.
how many people actually start using it.
Okay, so let's pause for a second. We have OpenAI slashing prices on a powerful new model,
Meta launching this ambitious superintelligence lab.
and Mistral rolling out a direct competitor, Magistral.
It's quite a lot for one day, isn't it?
It really is, and that seems to be why hashtag AI acceleration is suddenly trending today.
Exactly. You look on X, people are connecting these dots. There's a real buzz about this combination of announcements.
It feels like things just kicked into a higher gear.
That's the sentiment. We're seeing reports that many people are calling this period AI's fastest evolution yet.
Wow, mostly optimistic.
Largely, yeah. Though, there's always a bit of caution mixed in. Some people warning about overhype, the usual.
So bringing it back to you again, why does this trend, this feeling of acceleration matter?
Because it's not just tech jargon. This kind of rapid advancement could genuinely transform industries. Maybe industries you care about, or even the one you work in.
The speed of change itself has implications.
Huge implications for future applications, possibilities, jobs, everything, really. But this speed also brings up the bigger questions again, doesn't it?
Like regulation and access.
Exactly. As these tools get more powerful and potentially more integrated into everything, how do we manage that? How do we ensure access is equitable? Those questions get louder as the pace picks up.
So recapping the big threads today, a push for accessibility through price cuts.
Major players making these bold, sort of forward-looking research moves.
And the competitive landscape just getting hotter, with international players like Mistral stepping up.
And these aren't just isolated updates. They really do feel interconnected, part of this accelerating trend that's, well, it's reshaping the technology we all interact with every day.
Right. It feels like we're in a particularly intense phase right now. So thinking about all this undeniable speed, this tension between making AI accessible and powerful, while also dealing with all the concerns and questions it raises, what's the fundamental question this leaves you pondering about the future of AI?